Totally support the Dutch. Dutch have gone, world's one of the biggest bread baskets, right? And they know what farming's about, and they're losing their land to the elites.
No farmers, no food, no future.
The government is trying to take away their land and blame it on climate change, and there's no such thing.
We are not at all for this global cult to go ahead with their garbage. We support the farmers.
Same reason everybody's here, same reason you are reporting us today. For freedom, for unity.
Sheila Gunn Reid for Rebel News, and I'm here on a very sunny, very windy Saturday morning about an hour west of Edmonton, Alberta, and I say those things to explain to you why I'm both squinting and concerned that my tripod might blow away as I'm talking to you. I'm here, though, to cover a convoy in solidarity with Dutch farmers. There are about 150 vehicles and about twice as many people here, and they have gathered together to show their support for Dutch farmers who are currently protesting Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte's crushing nitrogen targets. Those nitrogen targets in Holland may force farmers to abandon land, cull up to 40% of their livestock, and limit their fertilizer use, which will limit their yield. Farmers are concerned about their livelihoods, and consumers are concerned about food inflation at the grocery store. Rebel News did send a team of journalists all the way to Holland to tell the story of the Dutch farmer uprising, to see their independent journalism, and to support their trip there. Please visit farmerrebellion.com. Now, the people behind me here have chosen to be first-ditch fighters and not last, because what you may not know is currently, right now, the federal Liberals are in consultation to bring in their own nitrogen targets on the agriculture sector. This truck stop behind me might be familiar to some of you who followed our coverage of the convoy to Ottawa. This was the starting place of the Western Edmonton portion of the convoy to Ottawa, and I was here last time standing on a snowbank somewhere way over there, but the weather's a little better, and so I'm going to wade into the crowd and we're going to talk to the people. Then I think we're going to leave and we're going to head to the legislature grounds in Edmonton, at which point I should potentially meet up with a couple of my Rebel News colleagues who have followed another convoy for the same purposes up to the legislature. So two convoys should converge at the legislature grounds, where we'll get to talk to even more people. But anyway, let's go check it out. Canada, we stand on guard for thee. I just want to ask you why you came out to support the Dutch farmers today.
I'm just here for my kids and their future.
I believe supporting the Dutch farmers is super important. I mean, they feed the world, as all our farmers do. And if we don't, no farmers, no food, no future.
Freedom all around the globe is what's important to everyone. So that's why I'm here.
Really for the future of Canadians, for our children.
You're not going to eat the bugs?
No, definitely not. I don't want any parasites or pathogens, no more than is necessary.
Totally support the Dutch. Dutch have gone, world's one of the biggest bread baskets, right? And they know what farming's about, and they're losing their land to the elites. They see it clearly. I love it. I love being a part of this. I'm standing in the right spot, that's for sure.
Well, because I come from the farm in the first place, and the second is I don't agree what the governments have been doing to everyone. It's a shame.
We finally get a chance to show our support. We haven't been able to, really speak out, and we feel it's really important to get out there and show our support and show that we're present and we're here to fight.
Do you think those same climate change policies the Dutch are fighting, do you think they're coming here?
Eventually, yeah, if we don't stand up for what we believe in, yeah, without a doubt.
Absolutely, yeah. They'll name it something different or pass it through some other part of policy, but it's absolutely coming here.
Yesterday at 5 p.m. it made the news. Toronto Sun, Trudeau said was at 30% reduction in nitrogen. So people struggling to make ends meet are they're hooped. Half of Canadians are $200 away from insolvency. That does not help. So supply and demand, it's very basic. People are going to go hungry or put fuel in their tank or buy a jacket, I guess, for winter.
I do. I believe Justin Trudeau mentioned it, cutting back 30% of our nitrogen as well.
Stragglers have just left the parking lot, but you can see just how barren it was, how many people were here to go on the convoy, because that will, of course, be one of the criticisms. Oh, it's a truck stop. Of course there are people there. Yeah, no, the parking lot is barren, and it took about 12 minutes, maybe a little longer, to get all the vehicles out in an orderly fashion. I'm going to jump in my Jeep, and I'm going to try to catch up with everybody on the other side. So let's go. Appear that I have beaten the convoys to the legislature precinct, but there are about 100 or so people already here milling around to see the convoy as it goes by. My Rebel News colleagues Celine Gallus and Mocha Bezergan have also arrived. They were following the convoy as it headed from the south up to Edmonton. I hear honking, which means that trucks are just starting to arrive. So let's run over and check it out. Oh yes, there are trucks.
I'm half Dutch myself, so I'm very much in support of this. We see the farmers' freedoms getting taken away, just like the Canadians' freedoms have been taken away. So I think it's very important for us to be out here and support them.
What message do politicians have to hear? And it's that they're not relevant as people who provide things for us, because they're the people who take things away from us.
I'm here to support the Dutch farmers. Why? Because the government is trying to take away their land and blame it on climate change, and there's no such thing.
We want to keep our own farms, and we want just the Dutch to keep their farms. Very important. If you don't come out and make a statement, no one's coming to protect us.
Basically, what is happening over there eventually will come here.
And you know what? What the heck? If there's food shortages around the world, then why are we doing this to our farmers? It makes zero sense, because this is really what we'll be eating soon. We'll be eating crickets. They're telling us that. So, hey, but I won't.
We're here in solidarity with the Dutch farmers, and we're here in solidarity with the Canadian farmers that may be looking at the same restrictions coming here in the near future.
The government has no right to basically force them into bankruptcy and take their land away. That's effectively what it is. It's authoritarianism, and it's wrong, and it doesn't make any sense.
Well, the WEF members are planning to do the Netherlands is just the first. It's going to Trudeau's already mentioned doing this here in Canada, and it's not going to stop there. It's going over to every country, so it's important that we give support to the Dutch.
Well, we support them because we are not at all for this global cult to go ahead with their garbage. We support the farmers.
You guys are here every single week giving out coffee and snacks to everybody. Have you ever missed a week?
We maybe missed a couple of Saturdays since February, 1 or 2 maximum.
And why are you out here every single week?
Why?
Yeah.
Same reason everybody's here, same reason you are reporting us today. For freedom, for unity.
You're not going to eat the crickets or pay more for food because of climate change?
No, I won't be eating crickets. I like my steak and my chicken and vegetables. I will not be eating crickets. So,
do you think Justin Trudeau would eat crickets?
I would have to see him eat crickets. Thing is, they say these things, but they don't do it. You know, I don't see them driving electrical cars or anything like that. Let them see, they go wine and dine and all that, but I don't see them doing anything that they ask us to do.
I've heard your message for politicians. Do you have one for the farmers, particularly the Dutch?
I'll say, God bless you. God bless you for once again, like the truckers, waking up the world to what's going on. Keep going. We're behind you. When it comes here, stand up for us. We'll be there for you.
I say, let my people go!
We've been down at the legislature grounds for about 3 hours, and even though some trucks did show up, I have not even seen the full extent of the trucks that left Atchison this morning when I was there from the truck stop. I ran into our reporters, Celine Gallus and Mocha Bazirgan. They came up from Calgary, making stops all along the way in small towns where other trucks were joining the convoy, and they say we are missing approximately 1,000 trucks, and don't take my word for it, we have video footage of it right here. That being said, there's still a few hundred people down here at the legislature standing in solidarity with the Dutch farmers. We'll do our best to find out exactly what happened to those trucks and update you. For Rebel News, here at the Edmonton legislature, where Albertans are standing in solidarity with Dutch farmers as they resist climate policies that will be devastating for their industry, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. To see all of our Rebel News footage from our trip to Holland to cover the Dutch farmers' rebellion as they stood up against outrageous and crushing nitrogen caps on their industry, please go to farmerrebellion.com, and on that special website you can make a donation to support our independent journalism. Again, that website is farmerrebellion.com.